4. The positive legacy, the pillars of Rome's greatness. The empire's longevity was not an accident. It was built on several pillars of greatness that left an indelible mark on world history. Engineering and architecture, the Romans were master builders. They constructed a vast network of durable roads that connected the empire, awe-inspiring aqueducts that supplied cities with fresh water, and monumental structures like the Colosseum and the Pantheon, which still stand today. Law and governance. Rome's greatest legacy is perhaps its system of law. The principles of innocent until proven guilty, the right to face one's accuser, and the idea that laws should be fair and applied equally have profoundly influenced legal systems across the globe, forming the bedrock of much of Western law. Culture and the Pax Romana. For over 2 centuries, the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, brought stability and security to a vast region. This allowed trade to flourish, ideas to spread, and cultures to blend. Latin, the language of Rome, evolved into the Romance languages of today, including Italian, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. The negative aspects, the dark side of the empire. However, the glittering surface of the empire had a dark and brutal underside. Slavery and exploitation. The Roman economy was fundamentally built on slavery. Millions of enslaved people, captured in wars, worked in mines, farms, and households under brutal conditions. Their labor fueled the empire's wealth, but their lives were considered disposable. Political violence and tyranny. The imperial throne was often a deadly prize. The period was marred by corrupt and cruel emperors like Caligula and Nero, who abused their absolute power, leading to paranoia, purges, and political murders. Social inequality and bread in circuses. Roman society was starkly divided between the wealthy elite and the vast poor population. To prevent unrest, the state provided free grain and lavish public games, the famous bread and circuses, which some historians argue pacified the populace and eroded civic virtue. 6. The fall, the complex causes of collapse. The fall of the Western Roman Empire was not a single event, but a slow-motion collapse with multiple interconnected causes. Political instability. In its final centuries, the empire suffered from chronic political chaos. Emperors were frequently overthrown by the army, leading to a rapid turnover of rulers and a complete lack of stable leadership. Economic decay. Constant civil wars and the immense cost of defending such a vast border drained the imperial treasury. The empire resorted to debasing its currency, causing rampant inflation and crippling the economy. Military pressures. The empire faced relentless pressure on its frontiers from so-called barbarian tribes such as the Goths, Vandals, and Huns. The Roman legions, once invincible, were stretched too thin and increasingly relied on foreign mercenaries who had little loyalty to Rome. The Great Migration. This period saw massive, organized movements of entire peoples across Europe, often pushed by the westward advance of the Huns. These migrations overwhelmed the Roman borders, and various Germanic tribes eventually settled within and carved out kingdoms from the empire's territory. 7. Conclusion. The empire's enduring echo. In 476 AD, the Germanic general Odoacer deposed the last Roman emperor in the West, Romulus Augustulus. This event is traditionally seen as the end of the empire, but Rome never truly vanished. Its legacy lived on. In the Latin language of the medieval church, in the legal codes of new European kingdoms, in the architectural principles that shaped 1,000 cities, and in the very ideal of a unified Europe. The Roman Empire teaches us a powerful lesson about the heights human civilization can achieve and the vulnerabilities that can bring even the mightiest empires to dust. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the past. Until next time.